What's up, guys? I'm reviewing a hand in my 6 million euro match with Ossi Katola. I'm reviewing one of the biggest, most interesting hands that I've played. So I have ace jack. I raise it up. He's been 3-betting a bunch of the time. Now he decides to 3-bet with king queen suited. I'm going nowhere. I've got ace jack offsuit. I'm ready to play. This is what I was waiting for. So the flop is king queen jack. Not such a bad flop for me, but quite a good flop for him. It's not that good. As you can see, I've got 35% equity with ace jack, even against top two here. And so even if he bets, he's probably not going to get too much value from me. But it's a pretty clear call, even against top two. So he bets 400,000. I'm going nowhere. I'm calling. I got pair and a gut shot. Let's go. All right, the turn is an ace, and my 35% gets there. Now I've taken the lead. What's going to happen now? Ossi's going deep in the tank. Not loving that card. He's got to have a lot more top two pairs sets in his range than straights, so he's not real thrilled with this. He could bet, but he tanks. He checks. He figures it out. I decide to check, but that's definitely an option also. I get some value from like pair plus flush draw type things, etc. And the river is the 7 of hearts. What will Ossi do? So Ossi's got an interesting decision. He could go for value, and if so, what's he going to bet? And can I look him up if he does? He does bet for 1.4 million euros. I'm actually not happy with this situation. I go into the tank and I think to myself, what other previous hands can he have worse? Can he have bluffs? That kind of thing. So I go into deep into the tank, and I think actually maybe he can have worse. Maybe he can have the same hand. I decide to call at roughly the last second, and in fact, he does have king queen going for, in my opinion, a little bit too thin value. He could have bet thinner and not gotten a raise out of me, but he bets this size and loses quite a large pot. And a big win for me in this hand, giving me quite a considerable lead. Now he's got half of his stack, and I'm halfway there to winning a 12 million euro pot or 12 million euro prize by knocking him out. It's a big hand with me and Ossi Katola. 30,000, 60,000 blinds, 6 million euro buy-in. I'm raising it up with ace 8 offsuit. He's got ace jack suited. He wants to play a bigger pot. He raises it up. I decide it's time to make a move. I'm sick of his shit. I'm sick of him 3-betting me. I decide it's time to put it in 4-bet. I make it 1.4 million euros. Now what will Ossi do with his ace jack suited? It's about 800,000 more to him. He tanks. He makes the call. Flop is queen 7-5, 2 spades. I've got absolutely nothing. He's got a backdoor flush draw. And how will either of us win this pot? Not a good situation for me. I have to decide what to do. He does check. I make the check. The turn's a jack. Now it's on him. He turns a pair of jacks, and he goes into the tank for a long time. He does check, but I bet 1.2 million into 2.8 million euros. He's not going anywhere against this size with a pair of jacks here, but maybe he'll fold on the river. Now, if he calls this, and when he calls this, it's going to be a 5.2 million euro pot. He does check call, and the river's an ace, giving him 2 pair, aces up, and gives me a pair of aces. Not a good situation for me. Now I have to think to myself, should I value bet or not if he checks? But he goes into the tank, and he decides to lead out for about half pot. Not a good situation. I've just rivered top pair in a 4-bet pot that was previously 5.2 million euros. Now it's 5 million euros plus 2.5 million euros, and it's 12 million if I do call. So not a good situation. I have to decide what his bluffs are. Can he turn pocket 9s into a bluff? Can he turn pocket 10s into a bluff? Can he turn a jack into a bluff? Can he have a pair of 7s? What about his value hands? Can he have an ace jack? Can he have a flush? Can he have a set, maybe even? All this is going through my head, and I use up all my time banks. I'm tanking. I eat my cheese stick. I'm tanking. I'm thinking about all his bluffs, all the combos. I'm counting the combos. I hated my life. Well, I can't hit it too much. I don't hit it for long. He's drinking his water. I'm eating my cheese stick. It's a cheese stick situation, guys. And I decide to get away from it. I make the fold, and he does win, and he does have ace-jack suited. So it worked out for me. At least looking cool on TV. I did lose a huge pot, but I did make the correct decision. That's the best I could do. Playing heads up with Ossi Katola for 10 million euros on the line. We both put up 5 million euros each. I raise it up with 5-3 of diamonds. He's got ace-8 of diamonds in the big blind, and he decides he wants to play a bigger pot. He bumps it up. He makes it 450,000. I'm ready to go. I got 5-3 suited. It's quite a good hand, actually. It's a little bit underrated even, and 5-3 hearts is in fact my lucky hand. 5-3 suited, one of the luckiest hands for me. And the flop is ace queen 10 with 2 diamonds. He checks to me. He's got a top pair. Not a great hand, but he's a pretty good hand. And I do have a flush draw, which is pretty good, and the wheel draws. I don't block pocket 8s, pocket 9s, which can fold, and they definitely don't like this flop. So checks to me. I decide I'm going to bet. I got a flush draw. There's lots of reasons to bet. I bet 400,000. He's going nowhere against this. He's got ace-8, top pair. Easy call. So he does make the call. Now the pot's 1.7 million. Turn is a 9. Not really changing anything unless he had queen 9 suited or 10-9 suited. And he tanks. I think he's thinking of lead for a second. He realizes, no, his hand blows. And he decides to check. I decide I'm going to keep going for it. I still got the flush draw. I'm thinking, how do I set myself up for the river jam for the right kind of size? I'm thinking he might have pocket jacks, queen jack, king queen, kings. All those hands will fold. King 10, jack 10, or at least they'll fold by the river. And he tanks. He's going nowhere. He might want to jam, but he does make the call. Now the pot's 3.1 million euros. River's 7. Still doesn't change anything unless he's got ace-7 or 10-7 suited somehow. Probably not. Queen 7, probably not again. Only changes it if he's got ace-7 suited. Now he checks to me. Maybe he thinks about betting, but maybe he's faking it. He does figure it out that he wants to check. There's no value from the situation for him. Now, the plan was to jam all along. Now, will I follow through with the jam? And I tank for a second. I already know what I'm doing, guys. I'm going all in. It's just a matter of what timing I want to use. So I put it all in. 1.8 for all of it. Million euros. Can he make the call with his ace-8? Now, I'm thinking he probably has like king, queen, something like that, and he's just definitely going to fold. But he does have a difficult decision, and he tanks. Can he make the call? Can he pick me off? He uses up multiple time banks, and he lets it go and lets me get away with the bluff, and I'm not letting him know that I bluffed. He's going to have to find out the hard way by checking it out later. I don't want him to know what's just happened to him.
Hi guys, I'm Dan Cates, and you may know me from poker as Jungleman. And now I'd like to give you the keys to that success so that you can have success in those games as well, and in fact win the game of life. And that begins with freedom.
And you want to have the community to help you to get there. Join the Jungleverse now. We've got many of the tools and many of the links towards the best stuff that's out there in the poker market, and I'm committed to helping you guys become real champions of the game and make your dreams come true. That's my goal for you all. Join here. I'm helping us all work together to make a better future for everyone.